All right. Well, I'm here with Mark right now, and we're having a good time for the new year. And just share some of your thoughts. We can edit this too.
Okay, good.
But I mean, what do you think we should do for the new year? What would be your advice?
Well, the best advice I can really give is, going into the new year with a different perspective. Um, Leave what happened in 2023 to 2023.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Going into 2024 is a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
You do have your same problems and everything like that going into the new year, but you're starting with a clean slate. You're starting with a new perspective of the.
Yeah, and we can use the past too instrumentally to influence our future and give us new perspectives and learn from our past, but to make sure that we don't get too caught up in the past. Like we were talking about Soren Kierkegaard earlier,
Yes.
about how life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. You don't want to get too caught up in the past because that could paralyze you with grief and anxiety and whatnot. But we can use the past instrumentally, but we want to kind of always focus in the present moment. Because remember, like we talked about, not only does the past not exist, but the future doesn't either.
No.
They're both states of affairs that are non-existent. The only moment that exists is right now.
The only thing that's existent is the present, which is right now.
Exactly. Yeah, and we talked about that earlier too, and I mentioned this in my video about how we're always becoming. So we got to be careful too not to kind of fixate on ourselves too much. And we got to take it easy on ourselves because we're evolving through a stream of change, and we can't pretend that, well, I understand myself, because you don't.
No.
You're constantly changing, you're constantly evolving and becoming as a human being.
Yes, you're constantly changing and you're constantly evolving no matter what the situation may come.
Right.
No matter what happens in this scenario, every second, every minute of the day, something about you is changing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what it is. It could be with your body, it could be with a perspective in someone's life or something in that nature. No matter what, something will be changing.
Yeah, and I love how you just put it it could be any day. It doesn't have to be 5 years down the road. I mean, you might have a different perspective on life a week from now.
Correct.
Even on yourself. You change day by day. You never have this kind of fixed, perfect understanding of yourself. And I think, again, not to sound redundant, but a lot of people beat themselves up. But you don't have to, because again, you're constantly evolving.
And I have that problem myself.
Right.
I constantly beat myself on a daily basis because I have a problem of overthinking.
Overthinking, intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive thoughts it's a daily situation of overthinking, and I struggle every day to make sure I don't do that.
Yeah,
because to make myself evolve, I have to be here in the present.
Exactly.
I can't constantly think of the future. I can't constantly think of the past, and that's one of the biggest problems that I have.
Exactly.
And it constantly burdens me. So I'm doing more and more as I can throughout my life and days and everything like that, just to make sure that I'm here in the present.
Absolutely. I think that's so well said. And you got to remember, when you are thinking in the future or in the past, you're robbing these moments, these precious moments of all the goods that are present in these moments. You're not really here. You might feel like you're here, but you're kind of on autopilot. You know what I mean? You're not really present when you're thinking of the future or the past. But again, they don't exist. So you're really thinking about nothing in some very real way.
Exactly. And the problem is when you do become on autopilot, it's not the way to live your life. If you're stuck on autopilot, you're going to miss everything that comes to you.
Everything,
Every door that opens up, every opportunity that comes your way, you're going to miss because you're on autopilot.
Yeah. Well, I think we covered a lot of ground for some New Year's advice and reflection and talking about becoming. And everyone, Happy New Year, 2024.
Happy New
from Mark
Year.
and I. Okay.